wasn't too long ago you made the comment that this team needs to treat every game like it's the Super Bowl after 3 straight victories. How do you maintain that edge and urgency now that momentum is back on your side?
Well, I think we saw exactly who we are as a team. When we get off to good starts, when we come out with that edge, we're a pretty darn good basketball team. And I thought we had that against Illinois, and we had that against Oregon. I didn't like our urgency out of the gate as much against Washington. Now, give them credit. They made a lot of shots. But, to our guys' credit, we found a way to turn it around and threw the first punch in the second half, got that edge back, and maybe played our most complete 20 minutes of the season on both ends of the floor. Defensively, we were flying around. We were forcing misses. We only gave up 1 3 in the second half. And then from an offensive standpoint, we turned the ball over 1 time, and that was letting the shot clock run out at the end of the game. So just both ends, I thought we were really on point. That Washington team is a very good defensive team, and I thought we did some really good things. We executed after timeouts. And we were really good on both ends of the floor. So that has to carry over these last 8 if we want to have a chance to win these games.
Do you see a difference in morale over the past week or so compared to the month of January?
Oh, I think your morale is always higher when you win. I mean, it's just kind of the way this game goes. And, the one thing, our guys, I did never see them completely drop their spirit. They continued to come in here even when we were going through our slide. And, we lost a lot of close games in that stretch. And, one of those in overtime kind of got the thing started at Iowa. So, the guys continued to come in here and prepare and work hard. We got blown out, obviously, at Wisconsin, but then we flipped it from there and got back on the winning track. So, again, your morale is always going to be higher when you're on the other side of it. And we just have to continue to go out there and work. It's always a little bit different this first game back from the West Coast. Yesterday, after the off day, the travel day, guys you could see they were dragging a little bit. Today was better. And, tomorrow, got to get a good night's rest, early game, and just got to come out of the gate strong. And listen, this Ohio State team, they've won 4 or 5, including wins at Purdue. Their only loss in that stretch is a game at Illinois where they had a double-digit lead in the second half. So this team is clicking. They're playing as well as anybody in our league right now. And, they've got a lot of problems for us, pose a lot of problems for us with the skill set of their players. Bruce Thornton is one of the best players, not only in our league, but in the country. And they've got great players around him as well. So, we're going to have to be on point. It's going to take a complete game. We're going to have to play consistent basketball for 40 minutes.
What is it about Thornton that makes him? I know it's just his physicality.
Yeah, physicality. I mean, he's so strong and tough. You guys just bounce off of him, and he's just so under control. He plays off 2 feet. He makes tough shots. He scored the last 8 points of the game against Maryland the other night, including 2 threes. To get them over the hump. Maryland had a great start. I think got up 14 at one point, and Thornton was the guy down the stretch. They just put the ball in his hands and ran a lot of middle pick and roll with him, and he went to work. He's got a lot of experience in this league, and the kid's he's a flat-out winner.
Going off of the morale stuff, now they're on the other end of this. The fact that the guys sort of handled that losing streak as a veteran team, and like you said, with the right mentality each day, did that give you confidence that we would get back to this point at some point during the year?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, we had some good stretches, and there were some games that when I went back and watched the film, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and we were close. We were very close in a couple of those games. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite get over the hump. And this team, if we just kept grinding, and if we played a complete 40 minutes, we were going to have a chance to get it flipped, and we're going to have to keep that. We can't get satisfied. We can't get fat and happy here. We got to continue to play with the same edge that got us back to where we are right now. And if we don't, we're going to get beat. It's as simple as that. I know we're going to have an unbelievable crowd here tomorrow. Looking forward to getting back in PBA. I know our players are, and we got to get our crowd behind us early in this early tip. And again, it's got to be a complete game. You can't have stretches in this league and expect to win. We got lucky the other night against Washington after letting them get up 13 on us. But again, we found a way, and I think had a 27-point swing after that 13-point deficit. So we certainly showed what we're capable of both ways, and we just got to finish that thing off. I like that ring.
What have you seen as the difference in Bryce these past 3 games versus the couple before that?
I think a big part of it is he's just playing a complete game. He's not forcing the issue. When the pass is there to be made, he makes it. He's playing very efficient on both ends of the floor right now. Defensively, I think he's got his little bit of his edge back, and he, we're obviously running a lot of ball screens for Bryce right now, and he just continues to make the right play, whether it's getting the ball to the pocket. He made a great play to Juwan late in the Oregon game, getting him a wide open three in the corner, and when he needs to shoot it, he steps up, and he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So this game's funny, man. I mean, it's played it for a long time. When ball's going to the basket and you're feeling good and you're feeling confident, it's a hell of a lot easier to play when you're struggling with that confidence. And Bryce, I just love how his demeanor, his swagger. He's not too high, he's not too low right now. His emotions are in check, and we're going to need him obviously down the stretch. But when he and Juwan do what they did on the road trip, we're a really, really good basketball team.
Connor, a guy who maintains that confidence well too, the way he bounced back from the 2 points on Sunday to Wednesday.
Yeah, he obviously got it going for us. Ran quite a few of those plays for him, and I thought the execution was really on point. I thought we executed with pace. I thought we're screening much better right now as a team. I really liked how we're getting our guys freed up, and especially guys that get it going. And when you can recognize if it's Connor, if it's Bryce, whoever has it, going out there, if it's Andrew on the post, our guys are doing a really solid job, much better than we were earlier in the year in getting those guys the ball. Whether it's a mismatch in the post, we got to BK late in the game where he made a really nice post move, to kind of finish that game off. But yeah, our guys are playing really unselfishly right now, and I think it was 16-6 assist to turnover the other night. And if we continue with that trend, we're going to have a chance to win most games.
Going back to Bryce, it's been a couple games now since you've moved him back into that on-ball guard role. I think it was the Wisconsin game. How have you seen him get more comfortable? I know it's not a new role for him, but more comfortable in that, and how much more offensively can you do just given his versatility and all that?
Yeah, he's been, obviously, whether he's playing the lead guard or not, we're still getting him in a lot of live ball pick and roll situations. And, even I thought he and Raleigh made some huge plays for us on both those games. I thought Raleigh was terrific. And, he can ease the load on Bryce a little bit by bringing the ball down the floor, especially against pressure. And, still we can get Bryce into action just based on certain things that we're doing out there on the floor. But, yeah, again, it's all about confidence, man. When Bryce plays with confidence, he's one of the best players in the country. And, that's where he is right now. He gets the very well-deserved National Player of the Year. And, again, these guys got 5 games to play in this building, our seniors, 5 more opportunities to play in front of as good of fans as there are in college basketball, in college athletics. And, you got to savor those, man, and you got to come out and play hard and enjoy the moment. And I know Bryce and Juwan and Andrew and Braxton and Raleigh, those guys, Aaron, they got 5 more opportunities in this building, to hopefully put us in a good position when the regular season is over. But, this thing, it goes fast. I talk to them all the time. It just seems like yesterday this group came together in June, and here we are already in February. So, the importance of every one of these games, it's not just us, it's every team that's going to be on our schedule. These are huge games for all of us, and you just got to continue to play with great effort and unselfishness.
What did it take to rediscover that defensive edge over the past few games?
It's a great question. I wish I had a magic pill on how you could get the guys to, go out there and flip it. But again, I give our guys credit. They've continued to come in. We've had some hard film sessions. We obviously had a very heated halftime the other day, and our guys responded. And that's how they've been, and that's what you look for out of your group, is a coachable group of kids that that continue to work until you get yourself out of it. And again, you show what you're capable of doing. Even in this losing streak, we were still doing some really good things, just not as consistent as we needed to be. And even the other night, we played probably 26, 27 minutes against Washington. We did defend the last 5 minutes of that first half, but the first 12, 13, it wasn't very pretty out there. But again, that's what you got to do in this league. Teams are going to go on runs, and you got to keep grinding. Yeah, Royal is he's a problem at the 4. He's a guy they'll put in ISO. He's always live. You can never relax. You can't stand up or he's going by you. All 3 of their bigs offer something a little bit different, but all 3 very long and athletic. They shoot it. The guards that start all can shoot it. Zero, I think, is one of 3 guys in the country that's made a 3 in every game that he's played in. He's in range when he gets over half court as a freshman. The kid plays with incredible confidence. So, they just, this group is very, very talented. Parrish, he's been playing this game. He played in the national championship game a couple years ago. So these guys are confident, and again, they're playing their best stretch of basketball of the season right now.
Somehow this is your guys' first home weekend game in over a month. How much, I guess, do you feel like that can help this stretch run, just not having to go on another plane ride for another weekend and get legs under your?
Yeah, they give us the early weekend game when we get back from the West Coast. I'd like to have a couple of these over the course of the season. But, again, you play the schedule that they give you, and, this is the next one up. So we got to come out here and, again, get off to a great start. I do like the weekend games, and I know our guys do as well, and I know our crowd loves them. So you'd like to have more opportunity to do it, but it is what it is, and we just got to take advantage of the situation when it presents itself. So, huge 40 minutes for us on Sunday.
Anything else, Coach?